Hey guys, so today we're going to do a video on this new boat I just got. This is a 1977 Mckee Craft. This was given to me by a family member. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. This was their family boat for 45 years, and rather than sell it, they wanted it to stay in the family, and we were lucky enough to get this. It's got a Evinrude 60 horsepower on it, VRO. Probably do a couple of videos on that in the future as well as I learn how to maintain this thing. I really have no idea. I have owned a few boats in the past, but it's been a long time. So today, what we're going to do is go ahead and start spiffing this thing up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and replace this steering wheel. So I'm going to be replacing it with this 13.5-inch stainless steel steering wheel. Put a link in the description below to that. And what we're going to do is remove this guy right here and pop this guy on, and I'll go ahead and go through the steps to do that. Okay, so the first step here is going to be to remove this old steering wheel. In this case, there are a couple clips back here. These just pop right out. This is just spinning right now because of the motor in the back, but there's going to be a few clips on here. These are going to go ahead and pop out. Next thing we're going to do is go ahead and take this 3/4 socket wrench. In this case, this is a 3/4 bolt. We're going to remove this bolt. You're going to want to hang on to that. Hang on to this washer. Well, actually, I don't think you need the washer, but maybe you do. Put those to the side. Now this steering wheel, they're all probably going to be a little bit different here. This is an older one. This comes out like that. And it's got the spline built into this. And then this right here is what's going to be difficult to remove. So what you're looking at here is there's a shaft on the inside of this and a keyway right there. So this is a 3/4 tapered shaft. So this is locked onto that shaft. This is extremely similar to a chainsaw or a small engine flywheel in that it locks on here and it's secured with a key. So this procedure is not only going to apply to this, but also to other tapered shafts to remove them without a puller. Okay, so what we are going to do to get this off is we're going to take the original nut that came off of here. We're going to screw this back on. Not all the way though. What you want to do is leave a few threads off of this stud right here. So what we're going to do is take a hammer and we're going to whack this thing. What you don't want to happen is the threads to be sticking out of here like this. You don't want to whack that and ding your threads up or anything. So I'm going to go like this. That's probably about 1 or 2 turns backed off of that. And then what we're going to do is just get anything under here for a little bit of leverage. I'm not going crazy here. I'm just giving it a little bit. And I'm going to give this one good whack. And it might take a few whacks, but I'm going to give it one solid whack. And let's see if this pops out. Nope. There's 2. Need to whack it harder. Okay, there it goes. Now I can remove the nut. Nut got a little bit stuck on there, but now I can remove the nut. Threads still look fine, as it should. And this should pull right off. So what you've got here is a tapered key. This one right here, unlike a chainsaw, actually has a key inside of it, so make sure you don't lose that key right there. So the next thing we're going to do is replace it with this new wheel. You can see a more detailed explanation of this wheel, measurements, specs, and all that kind of stuff. I have a different channel that I'm going to go ahead and post that on. I'll post a link in my description to that as well. And it goes over a few more of these specs on this exact thing. But essentially what it is the exact same taper as in this. And once this goes over, there's a center cap right here that gets screwed on with a little set screw right there. So the first thing I want to go ahead and do is take a bottle of Never Seas. I'll also post a link in the description to this. This is my favorite brand right here. I don't use this exact one. This is a marine grade choice. I do, however, use this exact same brand at my place of work, which is a machine shop. I know the quality of this stuff is good. So what we're going to do is put on some of this anti-seize onto here, and that should make it much easier in the future to remove this steering wheel. This time it went pretty well, but this boat has been kept in a garage for a long time, and it's going to be subjected to salt water pretty soon. So I want to go ahead and prevent this. So I'm just going to take some of this anti-seize and put it on this tapered shaft. I'm not trying to go too crazy here. I'm also going to put it on the nut, keyway, right there. Now, disclaimer, do not put anti-seize on if you're doing this for a small engine. You want the taper to lock in place on a small engine, and that is important. With a boat, it's not so important. So the next step is we're going to put this wheel back on, make sure the keyway is aligned, and as soon as it is, it should slip into place. There it goes. And then we're just going to reverse that same procedure from the beginning. So we're going to put on the two washers and this nut. Tighten it up. Now, anti-seize will act as a lubricant, and it will basically give you 20% more torque with the same amount of effort. I'm going fairly tight right there, but I'm not going to go crazy on that. It is something to keep in mind, though, if you have a torque spec and it tells you a specific torque spec, the anti-seize, because it's a lubricant, will throw that off by about 20%. So you want to pay attention to that. But in this case, it does not matter. And we're going to go ahead and put this center cap in. And in this case, it's going to be a 2mm Allen wrench. I will snug that set screw up and then just give it a nice little tightening. You know, I should probably go ahead and put some anti-seize on here as well. Okay, so here is a very small amount of anti-seize that I'm putting on there. With this anti-seize stuff, seriously, less is more. And now we can go ahead and put this bolt back in, this set screw. Okay, I've got it started now. Just gonna hold the cap down so it doesn't push out. Tighten this up till it feels relatively snug. Seems good to me. And that's it. Assembly is complete. Looks great. Works great. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you save you some money, save you some time, all those things. If so, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks.